Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video I'm just going to take teams that I was very successful with off my stream. There were like different formats to make it a little bit easier. I just pulled the full thing and then I'm going to just do a voice over it. There shouldn't be any audio from the stream. This first team is a pretty interesting one. It's I guess it's a triple XL team. It's Talonflame, Umbreon, and G-Fist. I think G-Fist Lead, and I think it's G-Fist Best Buddied. So let's go ahead and get started. First one, great lead. Obviously I have to worry about the Focus Plus. They come into Machamp here. This is actually kind of bad for me here. Shadow Machamp is definitely a core breaker for this team. I'm going to shield here, hoping that they throw the Rock Slide. They do. They can straight cross chop to win this match, and they actually get a counter through, which is, again, not favorable for me. And I'm going to throw another, try to get to this Flame Charge as soon as possible. I'm able to get to it. That's fantastic for me. I think I double shield this matchup, and I think I actually end up slightly losing this matchup. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm going to get Rock Slide here. So good bait on their side. And they're going to be able to land this Rock Slide here, which is unfortunate for me. I am going to look to Rock Slide them here. I'm still okay. They actually come back in with Ampharos, which is pretty interesting. And they come in with, and they must not have Focus Blast, which is very bad for them. Or else they would have just Focus Blast me. So I'm going to look to land this second Rock Slide, and then I'll probably switch out into Umbreon. Okay, all right. Maybe I'll take a move, then switch, or do I bank some energy? I think actually bank the EQ. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I go into Umbreon. And now this game's pretty much over, unless they can take me out with some energy. Right? Oh, my defense fell, which is not favorable for me. And if they have Focus Blast, that's okay too, because they can't have a Focus Blast and a Thunder Punch. So let's see what they do. My defense has fallen, so I should get KO'd by this Focus Blast, and they actually do have Focus Blast. So I'm a little bit surprised they didn't just straight Focus Blast me. Maybe they weren't sure how much energy I had, which is a fair assessment. So, but the Focus Blast at that range definitely would have KO'd me. So. All right, we're going to go into this next game here. It's a very good battler. I believe I covered this trainer's regional run in Season 2. Not sure we air here, then I go back in. Yeah, and then I get paired with this person anyways. All right, we're going to go G-Fist into Glade. So I am going to go straight EQ here. We get to the moves at the same time. Okay, actually, I guess I went over because I wanted to get the extra mud shot. So they're at 5 right now. And they let this go. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a close combat. It's probably worth shielding. It is a close combat. They switch out into Empoleon. And they don't get an extra one through, which is okay for me. I do get the shield back here, because this definitely would KO. I'm going to switch, and we're a little bit desynced here, which is okay. I get the extra Snarl through, which is fantastic for me. They're like 1 over on the waterfall. And they don't get a waterfall on their side, which is, again, good for me. I do have 2 foul plays. I'm not going to throw them right away. I'm going to look to try to CMP on the next one. It looks like they didn't throw right away. A lot of really good trainers tend not to throw immediately when they have energy, when they don't need to. Okay. That's totally fine for me. I'm just looking to control the switch advantage. I think I switch out into Talonflame here. This should be a Leaf Blade here, because they only got 1 confusion. It is a Leaf Blade. A little bit of lag here. They go in. Okay, it looks like I got the third shield, but it didn't really matter that the Lead Blade is double resisted, so it wouldn't do very much anyways. And I think they actually end up lagging out of this match. But they had Magnezone in the back, and then Talonflame up a shield. Like, there's just, like, no way I was going to be able to lose that match. Normally I would wait, but this game's pretty much over, so it's not really too much to say for this match. So, actually, I think I actually end up waiting for a little bit here, but I think I just tell them that. Okay, okay, so the next match here, Crustle is very good for my lead. I don't know why I'm staying here, to be honest. I think I shield this, even though it's for sure a Lead Blade. Not entirely sure why I shielded, but that's okay. We're gonna EQ here. They end up letting it go. Maybe I should have went. Well, they definitely don't go into Talonflame because they would just farm me down with Crustle, and then Talonflame might be they end up close combating, which is fine. I'm going to be able to do quite a bit of work with this Umbreon. They do get an extra smackdown through. So not the best for me. So they have enough for the X-Scissor right now. They have enough for the Rock Slide. Looks like they want to farm me down. But, yeah. Oh yeah, this is game over. This is totally game over for them. And that's the reason why I went into Talonflame. Or I didn't go into Talonflame, just because for some of the potential counters, Talonflame's... Like, I only have one... Like, two of my Pokemon are weak to fighting, so Talonflame was going to be that Pokemon that was going to have a better matchup against whatever the third... Most likely if they're building a balanced team. Obviously, if they build, like, a pretty insane team, then it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to farm it down. They end up getting a move through, but it doesn't matter too much. Ends up being a Frenzy Plant. And then they decide to lead the match. I'm not sure if I run into any Fighting Leads. Fighting Lead would be pretty tough. I'd probably stay in. And then G-Fist is pretty good at getting shield. Okay, so two of my Pokemon are pretty good against Clefable, so I'm not too worried if they switch out. I'm going to throw here just to make sure that they can't switch out. And then I let this go. I forget what I do here. Or do they switch? They end up Moonblasting me, which is fine for me. I'm going to Rock Slide here and then farm down. It's very unlikely they shield. Okay, here comes Abomasnow. I need to shield one of these likely anyways, so I got the Incinerate through though. This is good. I'm going to throw it here. They definitely have something for... I get an extra Incinerate through somehow. And that should allow me to farm down the Abomasnow. If they come back Clefable, then I will just farm it down. Okay, they have their own Talonflame. I am just going to Brave Bird here, because I have a Rock Slide banked. Okay, I decided to go into Umbreon, because the game's pretty much over. Alright. Oh, so Those Dragon Balls is a very good trainer from the Virginia area, I believe. So, here comes Talonflame. So I think the best way to play Talonflame is to throw at 7. So they go into Umbreon here. I am going to EQ this Umbreon, because I don't have a direct Umbreon answer. And I know Dose Dragon Balls has Scrafty in the back, because he posted it on Twitter. So I'm going to catch this foul play, and I get an extra Snarl through, which is great for me. Our clocks are desynced by like quite a bit of time, so it's going to be not good for me. I'm going to look to build up some energy so I can stall clock if I need to. Last Resort, which is totally fine. I'm going to throw the Last Resort back, and should be able to switch pretty soon, so I'm gonna look to chip away at this Umbreon, because Umbreon is basically my least most important Pokemon right now. So they end up throwing the Power Up Punch here, which is okay. I'm gonna switch to Talonflame. So they are boosted already, so very likely they just go straight Foul Play. So I am gonna shield here since they did boost their Foul Play by 1 stage already. I'm hoping to get the extra Incinerate through. And I do, so that's great. And now I have the next Flame Charge too. Probably not going to shield because obviously it's not going to be. It wasn't the Brave Bird. I think I shielded this twice and then farm down. They go straight Foul Play. Okay, they go into. I am gonna look to Brave Bird here. They're likely Flame Charge. I'm twice the buffed already, so this is gonna hurt. And then I'm gonna look to throw the Rock Slide, which I will be able to make before they can finish the Incinerate. And this match is pretty much over, right? Like this Crafty will basically faint to a Rock Slide. It can't one-shot either G-Fist or Umbreon at this point in time. Yeah, just too much health. And just a bit too tanky on G-Fist and Umbreon. Alright. And then, yeah, this matchup's pretty much over. I think I actually live this. Maybe I'll turn on some music here. Actually, let me put on my headphones. And yeah, and then I end up foul playing. And then that's pretty much it. Okay, this one I did on stream. We did dual stream. I did blur out the right hand side, so hopefully it's a little bit less obnoxious. I'm using Haydonis' team. If you don't know Haydonis, definitely check him out. So they end up making a very nice catch to Venusaur. I'm going to switch out to Kingdra. I don't really have a directed Venusaur answer with this team. So we're going to look to shield here. I'm going to go up to the Outrage and then throw the Octazooka. Or actually, I didn't go up to the Outrage. I just straight up throw the Octazooka here. Which I'll be able to Dragon Breath down anyways. So I didn't really need to go for the Outrage. So let's see if the Tyranitar comes back in. It does. Okay, so this should be a crunch. Considering they threw 4 Smackdowns. Okay, I'm not able to get to the Octazooka. I thought I would be able to. And then they have a hard counter to a lone Golem in the back. And they switch out to... I switched out way too slow there. And then now I have Venusaur versus Tangrowth, which is a favorable matchup for Venusaur. But definitely a little bit tricky being behind on energy and down a shield. So let's see how I go about this. So it takes them... well, Sludge Bomb is more energy than Rock Slide. So it's like six Vine Whips, and 5 Vine Whips for the Rock Slide. So the Sludge Bomb there. I have to shield this. Like, I don't really have a choice. A Lone Golem has no play against it. So... And they tried to catch a move there. I'm going to bank the Sludge Bomb. And this game's pretty much over because now that I have the move banked, like I just need to put it into Sludge Bomb range, which is basically the equivalent of one of these charge moves coming through. And I can just put into Frenzy. It might have been in Sludge Bomb range just barely beforehand. But that Wild Charge definitely sealed the deal. Gave them a little bit less farm, so that was good for me. Now we move on to this next match. Hopefully, something not as spicy as Shadow Tyranitar. All right, Golem. Swampert is very bad, obviously for Golem. They come into Charizard. Okay, we lag a little bit here. I'm gonna shield this first one because I know for sure I'll get to the debuff. Looks like they lag too, but it's hard. It's really hard to tell. And I get the attack fall, which is so amazing for me. That's very good for me. The Dragon Claw does like absolutely nothing. I'll be able to live another Dragon Claw, but I shield anyways because I want to farm down. And I'm not going to be able to farm down. I probably should have... I don't know. I do want the switch advantage here. Because obviously... Venusaur on Swampert is really good. And I'm going to throw this Octazooka here. Hoping for the debuff. And I get the debuff again. That's they switch out into Talonflame. And yeah, this is just... It's just a Alolan Golem food right now. Like, Alolan Golem just absolutely ruins Talonflame. Resists all of Talonflame's moves. And plus double resist Brave Bird. And then they have a move ready, so there wasn't any way I was going to win CMP. And then I go to Venusaur, and this game's over. Not really too much to say here. Yeah. Yeah, now we're going to go into... I'm going to try standing up while I cast this. I've been sitting all this morning doing my morning stream. Okay, so this is a favorable lead for me. I do mess up this lead here, though. You'll see how. I am going to try to get this extra one through just to make it seem like I have a Stone Edge, even though I have Rock Blast, and Rock Blast is a really bad move. They end up shielding, which is good for me. They're building up quite a bit. I am going to shield here. I think I actually double shield. We both double shield. And I'm going to get to 2 Rock Blasts here. I'm going to throw this Rock Blast. But what I should have done is I should have Wild Charged. I should have Wild Charged there. I knew I had the Wild Charge. And the Wild Charge does more damage because Rock Blast is like base 50 power or something like that. And then they are going to be able to farm me down, which is very unfortunate for me. I have to shield here. Then farm all the way down. Okay, very nice. They have Drifblim, which is really bad for me. They switch out to their own Kingdra, which is good for me because I have a slight energy advantage. And this is going to be an Octazooka, so... Oh, and I get the attack fall, which is, I guess, karma for me getting all those other attack falls. But still able to KO the Kingdra. And I still... Oh, they end up throwing the Icy Wind right away. Because they're worried about that I was going to get to the Octazooka. And then they... Oh, man. This is really bad for me. I have the move ready. I just need to land 2 more Frenzy Plants. This should have been a CMP tie. I'm not sure why I... Well... I ended up winning the CMP tie, which is good for me. It ends up being a Shadow Ball, so that ends up being even more favorable for me. I should be able to make it to this Frenzy Plant before they're able to get to another move there. They definitely messed up there. They should have went double Icy Wind, but... Maybe they didn't think they were going to get to another one. Okay, so next Pokemon, a little bit tough to deal with in the lead, which is Umbreon. And I'm going to look to build up the second Volt Switch here, which is good for me. Our second 2 Wild Charges. I'm going to throw the Wild Charge here. End up throwing the second Wild Charge here. Ends up being a CMP though, because they got the extra Snarl through, which is not great for me. I tried to switch out, but it doesn't work. I make kind of a weird play here. So I go for the Wild Charge. And I presume that they don't shield here. They don't shield. We both blind switch into our Pokemon. Unfortunately, I switched into a Kingdra onto a Clefable. But it's actually kind of okay, because I know that the third one is going to be a Togekiss. This is Umbreon Double Charm. So, still playable here. But this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. I'm going to go into a Alolan Golem here. Throw the Rock Blast. Chip it. It's definitely not going to KO. And then get the bait. And then that actually doesn't KO me, which is it's just worse for me. And I'm going to look to farm it down. It's like my only way to win. Because one Sludge Bomb does not KO Alolan Ninetales. And they actually come back into Clefable. Very interesting. Well, I guess they had the move. It ends up being a Meteor Mash, which I can live. And then I'm going to look to farm this all the way down, because I know this is going to be a double charm team. And I need both these Sludge Bombs in order to take out the Charmer right away. And I throw the second Sludge Bomb. And that's going to be a GG. I had battled this person, or saw this person battle someone I was dual streaming with. So once I saw the Umbreon, I kind of got a hint of what the team was going to be. Alright, we're going to go into the next team, which is going to be Magnezone, Venusaur, and Glade. Pretty classic team here. They switched into their own Glade. So I expect this to be a pretty similar team. Except for they have... I have Empoleon, they have Magnezone. Okay, they actually have Clefable here instead of... So actually not entirely sure why they didn't go... That's weird. I'm not sure why they didn't go Clefable into Magnezone, but they actually make a very nice play here. They make a very nice catch. And they end up catching the Mirror Shot, which is really bad for me. And I think I let this go. Because... yeah. Because I have a shield and they have a Clefable. I end up losing CMB here, which is really bad for me. And then I think I end up clicking the Frenzy Plant, which is, yeah, again, not favorable for me. I'm going to undercharge a little bit, look to farm down, and I'm able to farm down. So I just had to hope that they don't have a Psychic. If they don't have Psychic, then I should be fine. Even if they have Meteor Mash, they end up having a Meteor Mash. No Psychic. I'm able to get to 2 Frenzies here. Charm doesn't go through there because I threw it at the end of a Charm animation. And able to get to another Frenzy Plant in order to win this game. Very nice. This is, I believe, Jonka's team. So here, I'm in huge trouble because the Escalavator beats my whole team. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw the CMB tie and really hope that they throw the Drill Run right here. So they end up shielding and then they throw the Drill Run. So I'm going to let it go. So now they need 6 more counters to get to the next Drill Run or Aerial Ace. They come into Ampharos here. I let this go. I believe this is a Dragon Pulse. It is. I'm going to farm up a little bit here. I'm going to throw at the end of the second Volt Switch there because I think they need 1 more for Thunder Punch. I let them go. And then this Escav is going to be some work to take out, but these Frenzy Plants do add up, and I do have 2 shields, so... And then I'm predicting that it's going to be a Venusaur in the back, given how they're playing this. It is a Swampert. Sorry, Swampert. Did I say Venusaur? I meant Swampert in the back, and then I have 2 Leaf Blades here. So unless they CMP me here, I should be able to land the second Leaf Blade, and they are able to CMP me, which is fine. And then I throw this next Leaf Blade here to take out the Swampert, and then the Escav is very low, and they're gonna look like they're gonna concede the match, and that's gonna be a GG. Okay, so we go into this next game here. And we go Magnezone into Snorlax. Kind of a tricky matchup for me here. I am going to straight up destroy the Wild Charge and look to bail. It's going to be a Body Slam, which is okay for me. Like, I can definitely tank 2 Body Slams. The Snorlax definitely cannot tank. Well, can't tank really well the Frenzy Plant because it is a Shadow. So they end up shielding. I ended up getting a Vine Whip through while they're throwing the Charge Move, which is good for me. And I should be able to land this Frenzy beforehand. They end up going into Venusaur here. I really need to switch here. I let this go. If there's a Frenzy Plan, I'll live it. I do. It's a Frenzy Plan. I'm going to look to Confusion down, but they probably will get to move here since they overcharge. And I'm going to be able to Confusion down and then have a good amount of energy. And they actually have Kingdra here. And I'm like, okay, great. I can just double close combat here and I should be good. But close combat does not KO. They were going to be at an Octazooka there, so I had to throw right away. And then here comes Snorlax. And I think I go into Magnezone first to force him to throw the Superpower, which will allow me to debuff the Licks so I can get a higher chance of getting to the Frenzy Plan. And then I'm able to get to the Frenzy Plan since I was so close to it already. Okay, so very nice game. So I believe this is the final game of this video. I believe. Let's just double check. Nope, I lied. There's still 2 more games. Okay, okay. All right. So this is very bad for me. Obviously, I can't do the same thing. And, oh my gosh, this is really, really bad for me. So I throw the Sludge Bomb right before they get to the Flame Charge. And I'm not going to shield Venusaur. They end up over farming, which is a smart move on their side, since the Vine Whips are doing absolutely nothing. They Flame Charge me, which is bad. And I thought about going Magnezone, but I'm like, okay, the only way I win this is if I have energy on Glade. So I go into Glade here. I believe I shield here, expecting this to be a Brave Bird. Ends up being a Flame Charge, which is very annoying there. But it does mean that I get a little bit more farm. They come into Lapras here, and I'm like, okay, there's only one way I win this, if I connect with this close combat. And then, boom, get the close combat. Here comes Machamp. I know they're going to look to farm me down, so I'm going to throw the Wild Charge here to grab a shield. And then they're able to counter me down. I'm going to look to throw the Leaf Blade here to potentially get them to keep all their energy, so they end up shielding, which is good for me. And going to Confusion down. I should be able to live this. Any move except for Payback. And I'm just barely able to get to the Leaf Blade and then land this Leaf Blade onto Lapras. And then, to be honest, when looking back at this match, the game deciding decision was them choosing not to Brave Bird and Flame Charge instead, which allowed me to get that little bit extra farm to be able to land that Leaf Blade onto Machamp. Or onto Lapras, I should say. Okay, I believe this is the last battle that we'll be showcasing, and then we'll send everyone on their way. Hopefully, they'll try these teams and let me know what you think about them. I'll let them throw first. Obviously, debuffing them with mirror shots would be ideal because it lowers their attack. But we're gonna throw the wild charge here. I tried to catch the move onto Venusaur. It didn't end up working at all. They were very patient with when they threw. And they ended up saying, look at the second one. And then we're going to throw the Frenzy Plant here. And now they're in Frenzy Plant range, so I'm just going to throw the Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant does about 20%, so once I see them in the red and I've done a few Vine Whips, I know that they're in Frenzy range. So I think I let this go. And I'm at a really good spot right now. And here comes Ampharos here. And they come into Crustle here. And I totally messed up here. I should double Close Combat, though. Instead, I throw Leaf Blade. Because I got really confused. I'm like, oh, it's a Rock type. Throw the Leaf Blade. Then I remembered that it's also a Bug type. And Bug resists, as you can see here. You see my screen. I'm like, I'm just like, what am I doing here? So I end up building it to 2 Leaf Blades here. And then I throw the Leaf Blade here. And then this game's over because I have a Wild Charge and Magzone beats Ampharos CMP. Plus, they threw their energy here. Thunder Punch. And then I'm going to build a Wild Charge to take out this... take this out. Alright, take out this Ampharos. Anyways, those are the battles that I want to show from my stream. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Hopefully you can use them. Let me know down in the comment section below what do you think of the teams and how successful you were in running them. And I will see everyone in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you again.